Look at that smile. It's Teddy. Morning, Joe and the Pro. I'm the Prez, and I'm excited to have you here. But first, I got to make a huge, giant, massive apology. This is the first Morning Joe in 2 weeks, and that will never happen again. I went on vacation 2 weeks ago to Florida for 6 days. I was unable to do the show. Last week, I ended up playing in the Niagara Falls WPT. I made it to day 2. I just was unable to do the show again. But that will never happen again because I'm going to be speaking to either Teddy or Marco. And when I am away, one of these guys will host. Teddy, we don't even need a response from you right now. So my apologies again. It won't happen. He's Teddy Covers. I'm the Prez. It's time for Morning Joe and the Pro. And Theodore, before we begin, and we're going to talk some hoops today, I want to go through what's happening over at WagerTalk. And, well, you're happening. A 7-0 NBA run right now. You're really in the zone. You're seeing it well. Tell us about what's going on over there.
Hi, Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't care about formalities with you.
No, but I don't care about formalities with you either. But when you go on for 8 minutes in your intro and you don't bother to introduce the guest or, have the camera point
It was a minute 15, and I said Teddy Covers, so stop starting with me and move the fuck on.
It's what we do.
God, I miss you.
Yeah, clearly. That's why you haven't had me. I mean, have we done a show this year?
7-0 NBA run. Do you want to talk about it or not?
Yeah, sure. NBA. I love NBA post All-Star break. I love NBA going into the All-Star break. But and they've been by close to 14 points a game. I've had a lot of right sides during this span. I had one lucky winner. I had a winner in triple overtime during this span as well. So it hasn't been all right sides, but there have been a lot of right sides. And my core NBA philosophy doesn't change, Prez. I'm looking for teams that are undervalued that I can bet on for a period of time, or teams that are overvalued that I can bet against for a period of time. And those are the teams that I focus on, looking for spots to get on or against them. I got to play like that tonight. That's a bet on team right now that I'm involved with. But it's really a relatively simple strategy of what the season-long stats aren't seeing about what's happening right now. And that's something I love for late February and March NBA, because the season-long stats are cemented. And any team that's playing at a different level, it takes a while for the markets to adjust. So this is a great time of year for morphers in the NBA. I call them morphers, teams that aren't now what they were a month or two ago. And there's money to be made with these teams.
Yeah, and I love the play you've got up tonight. You can get it at both WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. And really quick, guys, I mean, Teddy is absolutely rolling right now. And because we missed 2 weeks, I got an incredible promo for him. I got a great promo for me as well. I'm killing it in college basketball. I'm up big in the NBA. I'm on a 4-1 hockey run, up on the season. Head over to WagerTalk.com and use the promo code either TED, T-E-D, 49 or Prez 49 and get 1 week of all our plays for only $49. Teddy, tweet that out to your followers, dude, because that's about as good as it's going to get over at WagerTalk and Sports Memo. We're not going to be giving out a week of your plays for less than $49 ever. That's $7 a day. Make sure to head over to Sports Memo as well as WagerTalk. A week of either Teddy or my plays for $10. Also, guys, real quick, Brian Leonard has a 5-star play tonight up at WagerTalk. He also is rolling. He's on a 20-10 overall run. And he is on a 6-2 NBA run. He's got probably the play of the day over at WagerTalk.com, and it's $9 Monday, so it's $9 for any play you want over at WagerTalk.com. Teddy, I singled out 3 NBA games I want to discuss with you today. You don't know which ones I've chosen, so let's get straight to it. And we're going to start with Milwaukee. And the reason I singled out Milwaukee here is, look, 45-14 on the season. They're playing a terrible Chicago Bulls team at 16-44. Chicago is plus 8.5 at home. The over and under is 227. The reason I want to discuss this game is, well, Ja Rule put a curse on Milwaukee.
No, he put a curse on Minnesota.
No, I think it was Milwaukee.
There was a Milwaukee-Minnesota game. He put the curse on Minnesota.
No, I think he put the curse on Milwaukee.
I better check that, yeah.
He put the curse on Milwaukee.
I thought he was mad at Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, but then Milwaukee started tweeting out about that Fry Festival and how they got screwed by Ja.
Ja Rule puts a curse on the T-Wolves, which has to be worth what? At least a couple of points? T-Wolves. Okay, there you go. Google, a magic tool that you can use before you get on air so you can actually know what the fuck you're talking about.
I love you, Teddy. Okay, but let's talk about this game anyway. A road favorite at -8.5. Jesus, man, Teddy, Milwaukee is so good right now. Look, the East is getting better. It's going to be a nice race between Philly, Toronto, Boston, and Milwaukee. Milwaukee just came off that game against Minnesota. They put up 140 points. Is Chicago going to be a play-on team at any point?
Chicago's a play-on team right now, and I'd be all over the Bulls tonight. Of course, there's been a huge injury-related point spread move on this game, a huge injury-related point move on the total as well, because Giannis is not he's listed as doubtful. So money poured in on the Bulls, money poured in on the under, with obviously an MVP candidate, a legit MVP candidate, expected to sit this evening. The Bucks have not played their best basketball in the few games that Giannis has missed. And I was all set. I love the Bulls. Loved them coming out of the All-Star break. Chicago's on a 3-game winning streak. They haven't had a 3-game winning streak all year. All right? They're playing absolutely their best basketball right now. And the season-long stats on the Bulls stink. So if you have a team that's the season-long stats stink, and oh, by the way, they're playing good right now, they're bet on all the way. And the key to Chicago's turnaround has been Otto Porter, the trade deadline acquisition from Washington, who's been an impact player for Jim Boylan. He spent the entire All-Star break designing the offense around Otto Porter. Back-to-back wins for the Bulls, upset wins. Oops. Otto Porter listed as doubtful tonight. Chris Dunn, healthy finally, also listed as doubtful with a migraine. So the Giannis injury moved the needle on the point spread. The two key absences, expected absences for the Bulls tonight, are enough that I will not get involved with Chicago tonight. I think the Bulls are bet on right now, but not without Otto Porter and not without Chris Dunn, and it doesn't look like they're going to have either guy this evening.
He's Teddy Covers. I'm the Prez. You're watching Morning Joe and the Pro. Teddy, the next game I want to talk about is the Lakers game. They're on the road. They're playing Memphis. The home team is +5. The over and under is 223. Look, the Lakers, man, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games, Teddy. They've lost 5 of their last 7. They're trying to make a push for the playoffs, but there is so much turmoil in LA. I mean, Luke is getting bashed. LeBron is getting bashed. With that said, they've got a Memphis team down right now, lost 4 games in a row. I want to know about this game in particular, and I also want to know your thoughts moving forward on the Lakers and whether they're a buy or sell team.
Buy. We're buying the Lakers. We're buying the Lakers at this price. I'm going to use the Lakers later in the show when you ask me to give a free play, but if we're going to talk about the game right now, I'll just tease it. So I'm not officially giving the Lakers yet. It'll come later in the show because Prez doesn't bother to ask me what it is that I want to talk about or what game I'm going to use, so he doesn't go through it twice.
No.
But you want to throw games at me? No problem. You can throw any game, college or pro, any day you want at me, and I'll have something for you. Can't guarantee it'll be a winner, but I'll have something for you.
Okay, well, let's
when it comes to the Lakers right now, what are you saying?
Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm very interested in what you wanted to say that was more.
Well, I thought we were going to talk about the Lakers later.
We were going to talk about the Lakers later. You asked me to break down the game now. Lakers-Memphis tonight.
No, we'll talk about it later when you give out your free pick. I'm just going to throw a random game at you.
Okay, throw a random game at me. Throw it.
Okay, Morgan State. Pick'em versus Howard. Mid-Eastern Atlantic. You got an 8-17 home team at a pick'em against a 13-5 team. I couldn't tell you their nicknames. The over and under is massive at 156. The floor is yours.
157. Look at you. You look so happy that you got a game that is on two teams that I don't follow, from a conference that I don't follow, from an extra, not even the added board, it's the extra board, which I don't follow. I can help you not at all with this game. I thought we were talking NBA.
Oh, you mentioned throw a college game. Why don't we go
Sure,
to another one? Surely you can talk about the big game tonight, 12 seed against 21, Kansas at home playing Kansas State. Memory serves, Kansas State won the last game. Both these teams, well, Kansas is 20-7. That's not a regular Kansas type of number, but they are perfect at home. Where are you going in this doozy?
Okay, well, let's start with this, okay? What was were you talking about seeding? Number 21 seed? Number 12, no, that's their rank.
Yeah, their rank.
Yeah, you said seeding.
Oh, shut up, Teddy, and get on with the pick. Shut up?
If you're going to be a host of a show, you should A, Google stuff before you get on air, B, tell me what games you want to talk about, and C, have an idea of what the difference is between a seeding and a ranking. These are two ranked teams. There are no seeds yet. The seeding will come when tournament time rolls around. Oh, now you want me to talk about the game?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Kansas has won 14 consecutive Big 12 titles, at least a share of 14 consecutive Big 12 titles. If they lose tonight's game, that streak will end. Kansas State has a 2-game lead in conference play. It is truly circle the wagons time for the Jayhawks. And no, this year's Kansas team isn't as good as many recent versions. And yes, this K-State team, good enough to beat Kansas at home by margin. A veteran squad in the Kansas State, 3 seniors, 2 juniors, which stands in sharp contrast to a Kansas team that's built on youth like most of the powerhouse programs are here in 2019. This is K-State's year. They're the
Well, we lost you a little bit there, Teddy.
I'd still rather take the points.
We lost you a little bit, so you're going to take the points and play K-State tonight.
I would rather take the points than lay them in here. I do not trust Kansas. I don't think Kansas is the better of the two teams, so I'm not going to lay points with them regardless of the spot.
Okay, we're going to talk Atlanta, Houston, and then we'll go to your free pick game, which is on the Lakers. Bottom line here is Houston 34-25 on the season. They're on a 1-2 run. They lost to Golden State by 6. What else is new? But they're a huge favorite at -12 to 12.5. The over and under is anywhere from 234 to 234.5. Huge difference. What do you like in this game, good sir?
Google is a powerful tool. They won the game that you were just talking about against Golden State. They're now 3-0 against the Warriors in the regular season this season.
What have
Houston
I gone
won.
nuts?
I don't know.
Yes, they did. They won 118 to 112. My apologies.
Yeah.
I know they won. I said it wrong. Stop starting with me.
What are you starting with you? You're the host of the show. You're dealing incorrect information. Me as the guest has to correct you. You said as usual. Yes, as usual. Houston swept Golden State. They've won all 3 meetings against the Warriors this season. It's the postseason, most notably Games 6 and 7 last year, where Houston's had a hard time against Golden State. Now, it is not necessarily your bet on spot for the Houston Rockets. Coming off that big win against Golden State at home against Atlanta. Is this a flat spot game? You better believe it's a flat spot game for the Rockets in that first game out of the break, and they blew the 19-point lead in that contest. So big game, double-digit home chalk, flat spot. It's Atlanta or pass from a spot standpoint right now. And frankly, I like this Hawks team from a point spread perspective. They are not we're not trying to win any games type of squad. The effort has been there. Trae Young's making plays every night. Their front court has been surprisingly effective. There's things to like about Atlanta at plus 12. It's the only way I can look.
Teddy, before we get into your free pick, a real quick. The Cricket World Cup is starting soon. England is the favorite, 5-2, 6-1 for Australia, 10-3 for India, 8-1 for South Africa. Do you even give a shit?
I don't even know what sport you're talking about.
Cricket!
Okay, so I spent some time in the UK in my early 20s. I went to a rugby match. I went to a soccer game, a football game. I never watched any cricket. Nobody watches any cricket.
I love cricket.
I'm sure there are people out there in the world that bet it. But, like, fans, name a cricket star.
Name a cricket star right now? Yeah,
yes.
I stopped following it about 10 years ago, but I could name a whole lot 10 years ago.
Okay. Is it 10 years ago? You're
No.
like my in-laws now. They're telling, like, they spend their whole time talking about a sandwich from 1972 that they ate was really good. It's like, no, dude, what happened yesterday? You know?
Teddy, give us a free pick, and I got to go.
Sure. Let's talk about the aforementioned L.A. Lakers. They go to Memphis tonight. 5, the prevailing number. You can lay 4.5 with the Lake Show. Lakers were bad in New Orleans over the weekend. A no-show on the defensive end. An absolute no-show in that ballgame. This is circle the wagons game against, make no mistake about it, Memphis is trying. They're still losing by margin to teams like Cleveland. You understand? I mean, the effort's there for the Grizzlies. The talent is not. Again, you look at a roster that was completely remade. Sure, they got Mike Conley, and Mike Conley's a stud and a half. But that alone is not enough. Lakers won there by 20-something the last time they played in Memphis, and it is most assuredly circle the wagons time for LA tonight. Let's lay it. Again, shop around, lay 4.5. You don't have to lay 5 if you have multiple outs. At 5, still a reasonable play. But 4.5, the better number for the LA Lakers against Memphis this evening.
He's Teddy. I'm the Prez. That's Morning Joe and the Pro for Monday. Head over to sportsmemo.com and WagerTalk.com if you want 7 days of Teddy for $49. That's $7 a day. Use the promo code TED, TED, 49. Theodore, thanks for getting on my nerves, and we'll see you next Monday.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm counting the hours, my friend. Enjoy the games, and good luck.